It is Friday, April 29th, and I am back in Menlo Park, and I'm walking to the Palo Alto Caltrain station because I am about to embark on quite possibly my craziest adventure yet. I'm taking public transit all the way to Santa Barbara today. So the plan is I'm taking Caltrain from Palo Alto to San Jose, and then I'm taking the Santa Cruz Metro 17 to Santa Cruz, and then I'm taking the Santa Cruz Metro 91, I think, to Watsonville, and then Monterey Salinas Transit 29 to Salinas, Monterey Salinas Transit 23 to King City, Monterey Salinas Transit 84 to Paso, Robles, and then Sorta Route 9S to San Luis Obispo, and then from there I'm taking an Amtrak bus to Santa Barbara. So much like in Don't Stop Believing, I just took a train, but instead of taking the midnight train going anywhere, I took the 8:45 a.m. express to San Jose. I am here in San Jose, and I am transferring to the Santa Cruz Metro that is going to take me to Santa Cruz. So after my ride on the 17, I find myself in Santa Cruz, and I'm here to board the 91X that will take me to Watsonville. Here I am to voice my first complaint about the American public transit system. So the fare for the Highway 17 Express from San Jose to Santa Cruz is $7. Who is walking around with $7 in their pockets in cash? And they don't give transfers, which means that I now need to pay another $2 to ride the bus to Watsonville. Who is carrying $9 in cash around? And the thing is, Santa Cruz Metro doesn't take Clipper, they don't take contactless, so the only way to pay is using cash or using the specific Santa Cruz contactless card that I believe they have. But that's just my beef with the public transit in America. Onwards with the adventure. So I now find myself in Watsonville at the Watsonville Transit Center. This is where the Santa Cruz Metro and Monterey Salinas Transit meet. And I actually managed to get a transfer from the Santa Cruz Metro to Monterey Salinas Transit, so I don't have to pay for my fare to Salinas. Here I'm now going to catch the Route 29. That's going to take me to the Salinas Transit Center, where the adventure continues. Thoughts on that ride? It was very nice. It was actually a single-door bus. A C40? Yeah, 40 LF. Very nice ride, very comfortable seats. The adventure is going well so far. So behind me here is a D40LF, and I actually mentioned these types of buses when I came to Santa Cruz the first time in about June. These are cool to me because they have the flip dot displays and they're very old. Lots of interesting buses you can see in Watsonville. There's also a battery bus right behind me. And also behind me here is an Excelsior. This is the XN40, I believe, because it's a CNG, and it's actually a type of bus that I have driven at Unitrans, and they are by far my least favorite types of buses to drive. I have a long list of complaints, but yeah, essentially I just don't like driving them. What's funny is today on my Highway 17 Express bus, that was run by a C40 LFR, and this is one of my favorite types of buses to drive, so it really felt like home to be riding that bus down Highway 17. So it appears that my bus to Salinas is a Gillig low floor, and we are exiting the realm of buses that I have driven. But onwards to Salinas we go. It's a new transit agency.
Northridge Shopping Center.
So I've made it to Salinas, and I now have 6 minutes before my next connection, the Route 23 to King City, and it looks like I have a nice coach bus for me today. So I was pleasantly surprised by the fact that my Route 23 to King City is operated by a coach bus. I got power outlets, I got these comfy seats, it's nice and quiet, and I got an hour and a half until we reach King City. I'm excited because this is where the real rural part begins. We take Highway 101 and service all the small little sleepy highway towns on our way down. Striking to me that like the only place you can get multifamily housing and multiple towns are in the middle of nowhere towns along Highway 101. And the reason for this is because Gonzales is a town mainly for migrant workers who work in the fields, so everything is close together. And I don't know, it's just interesting to me. The downtown seems to like spring up out of nowhere. I just wish we had more towns like this. Yeah, onwards. And so now, after an hour and a half, I find myself in King City. And I have about an hour here because the next bus that I'm going to catch to Paso Robles only runs twice a day. So I needed to budget myself a significant amount of time just in case that this bus was late so that I didn't miss the twice a day bus to Paso Robles. Anyway, in King City now, and it's lunchtime. After a nice break in King City, I find myself on yet another coach bus. So I'm just vibing my way to Paso Robles. It should be an hour and 20 minutes, and this is where it gets really rural, and we just serve all the tiny little towns that you would never imagine have bus service, although they basically don't because it's only twice a day bus service to King City. But you know what? The adventure continues. So after my ride on the twice-a-day Route 84, here I am at the Paso Robles Transit Center. This is also where the Amtrak station is. And yeah, that was an interesting ride. I got to see all sorts of little dead Central Coast towns. They were kind of charming, not gonna lie. Yeah, it was very interesting seeing a massive coach bus just lumbering through tiny streets that I'd never think I'd see a coach bus go through. But now I'm in Paso Robles, so it is time for my last city bus transfer to get to San Luis Obispo, the Slorta Route 9S. That's going to take me to San Luis Obispo, and it'll cost me $3.25. Something that I think is interesting is that the Florida buses have bike racks on the back. Very rarely do you see that on actual public transit systems. After my ride on the Route 9S, I am now in SLO, San Luis Obispo. I am 6 buses in, 1 train in, and I am in SLO to ride my last bus to UCSB. The ride on the Route 9S was rather nice. It looks like a really fun route to drive. But yeah, now I'm here in SLO to play tourist a little bit, and then it's time to get to the Amtrak station to ride my Amtrak bus to UCSB. And I think I forgot to mention this, but the reason I'm visiting UCSB is because my friend Holden goes there, so I'm going to go visit him for a couple days. So my first stop on the San Luis Obispo Tourist Trail is, of course, the Mission. It's just a white wall. You have to cut to good shots of the Mission. So the second stop of my San Luis Obispo tourist tour is the Bubblegum Alley, which is decidedly like the most gross thing I've ever seen. I'm surrounded by already been chewed gum. This is disgusting. Get me out of here. Why are people like this? So after exploring downtown SLO for a little bit, it's time for my last and final bus to Santa Barbara. This is the 7th out of 7 buses that I've taken today, and yeah, this one will be run by Amtrak, and funny enough, the ticket for that alone cost more than my entire bus fare getting here using city buses. So to recap real quick, I took Caltrain from Palo Alto to San Jose. That cost me $1.30. I took the Santa Cruz Metro Express, Highway 17 Express, to Santa Cruz, cost me $7. Took the 91X to Watsonville, cost me $2. Took the Monterey Salinas Transit 29 to Salinas, God, it's already getting fuzzy. Took it to Salinas, that was a free transfer. Took the 23 to King City, that was $1.75. Took the 84 to Paso, Robles, which was $1.75. Took the 9S to Slow, which was $3.25. And now we are here in Slow. And yeah, this was a really fun trip. I'm really glad that I had the chance to do it. Originally the plan was that I would continue down as far south as possible in one day, which results in getting into Santa Maria at like 10 p.m. But because I don't want to spend the night in Santa Maria, I am taking the Amtrak bus instead. It actually worked out perfectly. Would be really nice if, public transit allowed for making a direct trip to UCSB, or, if it were a train that weren't the Coast Starlight, but can't have everything. So this has been my adventures on America's public transit system, and I await my Amtrak bus to Santa Barbara now. So it looks like here at the Slow Amtrak station I will have quite a bit of time to kill because my Amtrak Thruway bus is running late. Fortunately, there's a nice train museum here that I can go look at. I think it's closed now because it's 7 p.m. on a Friday night, and train museums aren't normally open at 7 p.m. on a Friday night. But still, there's a nice outdoor exhibit. I like buses, don't hate. Hold would you like to be in the video?
Okay.
Too bad.
Cool.
So anyway, after 13 hours, 1 train, and 8 buses, here I am in Santa Barbara. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.